guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia and this is my second vlog, and this vlog is basically a week in my life, but a week in my life wherein I ride on a truck cross country and then spend a little weekend in San Francisco. So I'll just give you guys a little overview before we get into the video. But for the first couple of days of this vlog, I was on a courier trip, which basically means that I rode a truck across the country to escort an artwork from my museum to its home in California. And I, rode the truck for 2 days, and it was super interesting, as courier trips always are. And I'll talk a bit more about that as the clips are rolling. But yeah, the courier trip was great. Everything went wonderfully. And then I arrived in San Francisco, and my uncles live in San Francisco, and my boyfriend was actually able to come out and spend the weekend with me there. So we just spent like 3 days being tourists in this beautiful city, and I had so much fun capturing it all on film. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the footage. So the first couple of days on the truck were super interesting. They picked me up in Dallas, and we trucked all the way from Dallas to San Diego and then to San Francisco. We left around 4 p.m. on Wednesday night, and I didn't really see much Wednesday night, but when I woke up on Thursday, we were driving through Arizona. And when I go on courier trips, I like to try to sit up front for at least a little bit so that I can get to see some of these really cool sites, especially somewhere like Arizona. I've never gotten to live in a desert climate, and so whenever I get to see it, it's always so cool and otherworldly to me. So I was just having such a great time seeing all the mountains and all the rock formations and everything. And yeah, I was just sat up front and we were listening to classic rock, and it was great vibes. It was so much fun. But most of my truck trip is actually spent like this, sitting in my little bunk watching TV. This time I had downloaded season 4 of Stranger Things to rewatch, and I had so much fun rewatching it, and I was so lucky to get to have this little window right next to my bed, so I really had the best of both worlds. I could still see outside, but at the same time I was able to just sit back and watch my show. And we got into Oakland to drop off the art, and then my trip began. We made it into Oakland around 9 on Friday morning, and once I got the artwork handed off, I headed on over to the hotel. My boyfriend was already there, so we basically just linked up and then got started on our adventures for the day. He is studying to be an urban planner, and so it's such a treat whenever I get to go to a new city with him and see the city through his eyes. And we, of course, were taking all kinds of public transport. We took this trolley car all around the city for a little while, which is a great way to see the city. And it was pretty easy to get on and off and everything. But our main goal for today, on Friday, was to get down to Fisherman's Wharf. And this was such a special visit for me. I've been to San Francisco many, many times, but only ever really in the summer. And so getting to go during the winter and really getting to see the city during its rainy, blustery season was so incredible. It really brought such beautiful colors to the city that I had never really seen before. And I don't love the rain, but this trip I really just embraced it and had so much fun. And you guys will also notice throughout this vlog me documenting the San Francisco wildlife. I had so much fun. Adam and I both had fun just finding all of the cool birds and just all the little creatures that call San Francisco home. But you guys will notice that as a theme throughout the vlog for sure. And yeah, we just had a lot of fun hanging out by the water. I love the ocean, and it's also a pretty new experience for me being on a colder coast. So we were just having, honestly, the best time this day. And yeah, it was so much fun. The colors of San Francisco. Come see his little kerchief, babe.
It's like gonna leave your ankle cold.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. We then stopped over in Ghirardelli Square to get a little milkshake, which was just a really fun touristy thing to do, and the milkshakes were delicious. And we had plans to meet up with my uncles in Chinatown for dinner, so we had a couple of hours to kill. And Adam and I, whenever we get to visit a new city, we really just love to walk absolutely everywhere and see as much of the city as we can. So we just kind of walked. We made our way from Fisherman's Wharf all the way back up to Chinatown, and so we got to walk through Little Italy, which was so cool. We really just had so much fun. And all the hills were killing us. Somewhere in these clips, we actually saw 3 coyotes running through the streets. I spared you guys that crazy footage. But we wound up at City Lights Booksellers, which is a huge San Francisco historic bookstore. It's where a lot of the beat authors first met up. And a lot of them are, of course, kept in the store. Here's Adam with some Jack Kerouac. But after that, we walked around Chinatown and we went into some really cool stores and just had, honestly, again, just the best time. We had so much fun just looking at everything and gearing up for dinner. At this point, we were both pretty hungry too. And yeah, we were just also really excited to see my uncles. So yeah, Friday was a really, really happy day. I had so much fun. So the next day, my uncle came and picked us up and drove us around the more coastal parts of San Francisco. And we went to Golden Gate Park, which again is a place I'd been many times, but I've never really gotten to see it in its winter colors. So Adam and I really, really enjoyed this, and my Uncle Rodney did such a great job of, telling us all of the historical context. Here's the sweet little bird we saw. And then we also saw this banana slug. So of course I had to capture them for the wildlife portion. But then after that, we went to the Castro for brunch, which was so fun. My uncles go to the Castro a lot, and we went to this restaurant called Orphan Andy's for brunch, and it was so fun. And we just sat with my uncle and got all caught up about life and Oscar nominations, and we just had a blast. And we are about to get hot cookie here, I believe. So Adam and I got some cookies, and we loved Golden Gate Park so much that we actually just had my uncle drop us off there again, and we just spent the afternoon walking around and soaking in all the colors and the rain, and yeah, it was amazing.
Where's your friend going?
Yeah, I love that. Today was our last day in San Francisco, and we wanted to make the most of it. So we got up relatively early, got some breakfast upstairs, and made our way over towards Blue Bottle to have a little journal session, get a little coffee. We don't have Blue Bottle in Dallas, so I definitely made the most of that this weekend. It was delicious as always. We went to SF MoMA to see the Diego Rivera mural, which Adam had never gotten to see before. And then we met my uncle at the ferry building, which is always so much fun. They have so many cool vendors there, so much yummy food, and it's not really a stressful shopping experience at all. There weren't that many people there for a Sunday morning, and we just had a lot of fun browsing around and just looking at everything.
Marine headlands. The battery is where they protect the port.
After the ferry building, my uncle drove us over to the Marin Headlands, which is across the bridge. So we did get to have a fun little drive underneath the bridge. And the Marin Headlands are super interesting. I know I'd been there before with my uncle, but this time we really got a much deeper context for what the area really signifies. I really had never thought of San Francisco as like a crucial military port city, but of course that makes complete sense, especially in terms of how close San Francisco is to Asia. And there's a lot of really cool didactics at the Marin Headlands that kind of explain what all of the different areas have been used for historically, and they're also just a really amazing spot from which to see the city. So we spent a lot of time up there, and yeah, I really loved getting to see all of the rock textures that line the hill. And yeah, we spent a bunch of time just walking the hills and just talking about all of the signs we were seeing, and Rodney telling us about all the different areas. But it was really great.
There's one straight out. Being attacked by the birds.
They're coming for us. After a good bit of driving around the bridge, we made our way back towards the airport and stopped by my uncle's house for lunch, and we got to meet up with my other uncle on his break from work. We got some really yummy Greek food and got to see his flowers blooming on their porch. It was such a special trip, and I'm so glad that I got to share it with you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.